Welcome to our comprehensive guide on tracking purchase requisition or PR approval timelines in SAP Materials Management. Efficiently monitoring how long PRs take to get approval is essential for maintaining supply chain velocity, reducing cycle times, and satisfying critical audit and compliance requirements. On your screen, you can see a breakdown of our core objective: identifying bottlenecks, maintaining an immutable audit trail of who approved what and when, and generating precise cycle time reports. From a technical architecture perspective, SAP stores this vital timeline data across several core database tables. Basic PR data and creation dates reside in tables EBAN and EBKN. Meanwhile, status changes, release code activations, and exact modification timestamps are captured in change document tables. Let's establish the core concepts behind the SAP purchase acquisition lifecycle. A purchase acquisition, commonly known as a PR, is an internal request for goods or services generated within the organization, typically created using transaction code ME51N. Because these requests often involve significant expenditure, they rarely bypass scrutiny. Instead, in the workflow diagram on your screen, initiating a PR triggers a sequence of stages. Stage 1 involves initial manager review, followed by department head authorization in stage 2, and a final financial review in stage 3 before the document is fully cleared. Each stage utilizes specific release codes tied to the configured release strategy, such as Release Strategy 01, ensuring complete governance and oversight. Moving forward, let's examine how the release strategy is configured before a purchase acquisition can be converted into a PO. Release strategies are set up within the SAP implementation guide, accessible via transaction SPRO under materials management. Purchasing, purchase acquisition, and release procedure. The configuration relies heavily on specific characteristics such as total document value, purchasing plant, and material group, which are grouped together into a release class. When a user creates a PR, the system evaluates these characteristics against defined conditions. Based on these evaluations, SAP assigns the appropriate release group and multi-level release strategies such as Group R1 and Strategy P1 shown in our architecture graphic. So, one of the most common pitfalls in SAP procurement is confusing the release date with actual approval timestamp. As highlighted on your screen, the release date found in field EBAN FRGDAT under the Quantity and Dates tab is a planning date. It indicates the target date by which the purchase order should ideally be created to meet operational delivery needs. It does not represent when the PR was actually approved by management. In contrast, the true approval timestamp records the exact moment the requisition receives full authorization through its release strategy. These critical timestamps are not stored in standard basic data fields. Rather, they must be extracted from workflow runtime logs or change document tables. For accurate audit trails and process compliance reporting, you must always look past the planned release date and interrogate the change history to find out when authorization actually occurred. So, to effectively monitor procurement workflows, you need to understand the key statuses and indicators visible in standard SAP reports. Acquisitions are categorized by their processing state. A status of 5 indicates that the PR is fully released and approved, meaning it is completely ready for conversion into PO. A status of 3 means the document is currently in process, waiting on pending multi-level approvals. Meanwhile, a status of 08 signifies that the requisition has been rejected, requiring administrative rework or formal cancellation. Alongside processing states, SAP utilizes release indicators. An indicator of 2 signifies a successfully released status when procurement activity is permitted, whereas an indicator of X denotes a blocked status that completely stops further purchasing steps. Organizations generally rely on four primary methods to track and analyze purchase requisition approval timelines effectively. First, digital workflow platforms like SAP Workflow, ServiceNow, or Jira provide automated routing, real time status visibility, and centralized audit trails. Second, leveraging ERP system logs enables teams to extract system generated timestamps. Third, project management tools such as Asana, Microsoft Project, or Trello offer visual timelines. Finally, custom reports and advanced dashboards provide powerful data visualization capabilities, helping management support trend anomalies, identify processing bottlenecks, and track key performance indicators through automated alerts. When you need a comprehensive view of purchase acquisitions across the organization, transaction ME5A is the standard tool of choice. To begin, navigate to code ME5A and enter your basic selection criteria such as specific PR numbers, plants, materials, date ranges, or purchasing groups. For advanced filtering, make sure of dynamic selection using Shift plus F4 to include the specialized fields like release date and release strategy. Once your criteria are set, execute the report using F8 because standard default layouts often omit critical timeline fields. You your next step should be changing the layout using Control F8 to add columns such as release indicator, processing state, release strategy, and the creation date. For timeline analysis, a common best practices is filtering for records created within the last 30 days with processing state equal to 5. Then, while transaction ME5A gives you a broad overview, transaction ME53N allows you to inspect individual purchase requisition in precise detail. By entering a specific PR number, you can access all line item data, tracking parameters, and account assignments. To investigate approval histories, navigate to Environment, select Changes, and open the Change History view to see exactly who modified the document, what fields were updated, and when those changes occurred. Next, inspect the Release Strategy tab to view the current status of each release code, verifying which managers have approved the request and which ones are still pending. In newer S/4HANA versions, you can also utilize the Approval Details tab to review embedded workflow notes. For exact timestamps and bulletproof audit trails, Procurement Analytics must dive into SAP change documents. Within Transaction ME53N, navigating to environment changes and display changes pulls up the modification logs. Under the hood, SAP records all these changes into two primary database tables: CDHDR for change document headers and CDPOS for change document items. For purchase acquisitions, the object class is always specified as BNF. When querying these tables, you filter by PR number in field, the change date in UDate, and the transaction code such as ME54N for releases. To pinpoint the exact moment of final approval, look for modification to field B and PR where the new value changes to 05. Beyond ME53N and ME5A, several other standard transactions and modern applications support procurement timeline tracking. For day-to-day approvals, authorized personnel use transactions ME54N for individual release processing or ME55 for collective release management, enabling managers to clear multiple requisitions simultaneously. To connect procurement planning all the way through to vendor fulfillment, transactions ME2N and ME2L allow you to view purchase orders by document number or vendor, establishing a clear end-to-end audit trail for initial PR. So, when standard tools fall short, developers can write custom queries for Z reports pulling data directly from tables. Furthermore, in SAP S/4HANA, environments, modern Fury applications revolutionize the tracking. Let's walk through a real world business scenario to see how these concepts apply in practice. Imagine a manufacturing plant department complaining about slow procurement lead times for critical spare parts. Management tasks you with tracking approval delays for all purchasing requisitions exceeding $10,000 submitting during the last quarter. You begin by running transaction ME5A, then exporting the layout reveals crucial columns including creation dates, planned release dates, actual approval timestamps, and processor user IDs. Inspecting a specific delayed document PR number, you use ME53N and check the change logs, discovering it was created on June 10th but experienced a 5-day delay due to missing technical documentation before finally being approved on June 15th by user approver01. To build a sustainable framework for tracking approval timelines, organizations should adopt a tiered solution approach. Tier 1 focuses on maximizing standard tools relying on transaction ME5A combined with dynamic selections and customized layouts uh, to cover routine reporting needs without modifying the system. ME or developing custom Z reports that query change documents specifically for approval events. Finally, Tier 3 elevates the organization to advanced analytics, integrating SAP, Analytics Cloud, or Fury Analytic apps to create executive dashboards. Adopting this structured best practice approach ensures a balanced strategy. Like start standard, build custom enhancements only when necessary, and advance to predictive analytics to maintain absolute visibility over procurement bottlenecks. In modern SAP S/4HANA environments, optimizing approval timelines relies heavily on four pillars: workflow automation, preventive configuration, proactive monitoring, and rigorous auditing. First, adopting the S/4HANA flexible workflow replaces rigid legacy setups with dynamic rule-based routing. Second, prevention starts with robust release strategy configuration based on precision characteristics like value, plant, and material group. Third, proactive monitoring involves scheduling background jobs to run ME5A variants automatically. Fourth, regular audit and compliance reviews ensure that the change logs are systematically examined by unauthorized alterations or bypassed conditions. Together, these practices transform procurement from a reactive administrative bottleneck into an efficient, transparent, and streamlined operational driver. When managing SAP procurement workflows, administrators frequently encounter several systematic issues and technical challenges. First, users often make the EBAN release date for an approval timestamp, leading to inaccurate compliance support reporting. Second, the lack of a standard single field approval timestamp requires complex change document analysis. Third, release strategies frequently fail to trigger due to missing configuration in correct characteristic values. Fourth, workflow breakdowns cause PRs to miss manager inboxes entirely due to missing HR organizational data. Fifth, multiple reapprovals triggered by post-creation edits create confusing audit trails. Sixth, standard display layouts offer limited visibility, necessitating custom experts. And seventh, the transitioning between ECC and S/4HANA introducing differences between SAP GUI transactions and Fury apps. To wrap up our guide, let's review the critical mistakes you must avoid when tracking SAP purchase acquisition. First, never rely solely on the basic release date field. Secondly, always utilize dynamic selections in transaction ME5A to avoid missing crucial data points. Third, do not ignore release strategy configuration. Fourth, avoid manual spreadsheet tracking. Fifth, be cautious when modifying purchase requisitions after a partial release. Sixth, tackle poor user training by ensuring requisitioners provide complete details. So, finally, avoiding running board unfiltered queries directly on massive change document tables. So that's it about today's video. If you have any question, just write in comments tab. If you want us to make video on any other specific topic, please write in comments tab. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel. Until next time, take care. See you again. Bye bye.